Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here and welcome back to another episode on the YouTube channel. In today's video, we are further going to find out if we're going to get relegated from the Premier League or not, but I've moved back into the 4-2-3-1 and we've got a result here against Tottenham Hotspur. Before we get into the goals and breaking down the 4-2-3-1 that maybe will keep us here in the league, give it a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I did rage a little bit last episode considering we could not win a game of football. With that being said, looking at the stats here, 54% possession against 46. I actually kept more possession when I was on balance than positive, and I did go positive to try to win the game, and we did win it. The goals are as followed. Cozier Dewberry picking up a mistake here at centre-back, and before chipping the keeper from quite a distance out, Vicario in no man's land. We then conceded to Spurs here. Did have a couple goals disallowed for offside, so maybe a little bit lucky in that regard. But we did concede this chance here, unfortunately. Trezic inside of Richarlison, good touch. And in the end, Lewis Guilherme ain't going to miss that one. And then lucky last, it was Josh Herman, the youngster, that got the goal. And the 4-2-3-1 is just a basic system about keeping it solid and seeing what we can do. Deflection on the cross, but Herman is jolly on the spot. And the 16-year-old may have just scored the most important goal of his career, even though he's got something like 15 to 20 years ahead of himself. That is a massive win for us in the table. I have not yet seen where that puts us, but I just was in shock that we won a game of football that I wanted to see. And as you can tell, even though there's games in hand for the team below us, we go from being 18th in the relegation zone before starting today up to 15th, and we're a point ahead of a couple of the teams and 3 points ahead of Wolves. In saying all that, because of our goal difference, if we do see Wolves win and a couple of the other teams get a draw, we will unfortunately be back in the relegation zone. But this is a good start to hopefully what will be a good run in. In terms of what the tactic looks like, it is as followed. It's on balanced here, and then we change it to positive if we're dominating, and we leave it on balance if we're not. We pass the ball to the space. We look for the overlap only down the right-hand side because we make Ashby be the aggressive of the two. We're on a more standard with a higher tempo, and we play for set pieces, and that is about it. In games that I'm trying to see out, I do go to slightly more disciplined as well, but we kind of leave the rest. In terms of what we do, we counter press, and we distribute quickly. We let the keeper do what he wants, but he distributes either to centre-backs in there. And we drop off a touch, we stop crosses, and we're on a mid-block on a standard line. Basically what I'm trying to do, and it does happen in some games, is trying to sit there and just absorb pressure and go down the other end. I do have a lot of games. The reason we stopped playing this system was mainly because there was a lot of games, like as you can see here, that once we conceded the first one, we just seemed to ship a few, a la Leicester and Stoke in an episode not too long ago. But you do see the reason why we've gone back to it. We did beat Fulham in it. We did draw to Liverpool. We did beat Brighton. We did beat Forest. We did play better than Spurs away from home, which means we've not lost to Spurs in the double, which is good. We did beat Leeds in the 4-2-3-1. You see our switch here did not work yet again. Obviously, the 5 at the back looked better than the 4-2-3-1 in terms of actual highlights and creativity. However, it did not do better in terms of not conceding and winning games of football. The 4-2-3-1 is going to be the system we use, which means we've got Stoke, Leicester, Forest, who's going to be the game in today's episode, before we play Brentford, Brighton, West Ham, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, and Bournemouth. I'm going to say it right now. Whatever points we're on here against Stoke, Leicester, and Forest is probably going to be the amount of points that we're going to end up on. And we are on 25 points at the moment. Last year, to keep you up, you needed 33. The year before that, you needed 30. You needed 31. And those are there, the points there. If we can win 3 of those games, that's 9 points. That gets us to 34. We need to find 3 wins from our last 10 games, and I think we'll be safe. Stoke next, then Leicester, and then we've got that big game here against Forest. Will I do it? Won't I do it? Who knows? But we're going to see these guys in a second to recap the goals from the other games and this game against Forest. Here we are, YouTube. It is D-Day. We got Forest away, and it's a big game. They are bottom. We're 15th. I do think if we beat Forest today, they cannot catch us. As you can see in the league table, they would be 10 points back with Naya with what? Not 9 games to go, 7 games to go. So I think Forest would be done in terms of catching us. I also think that if we win today and Wolves don't win, they're getting to that sort of stage where they might not be able to catch us. But then we look at the other teams and they're definitely within striking distance. So big games going on at the same time. We've also got Stoke playing Everton. We would much rather see Stoke win than Everton because that keeps Everton below us. And obviously Leicester play Spurs. It doesn't really matter in that game there either. But the big one is Wolves and Man United. Wolves need to find some points. I will say the run-in for these teams isn't too bad. So like Everton's run-in right now, they got Stoke, which is winnable. Forest as well. But their run home is a bit difficult. You know, they're still got to play Arsenal, Chelsea. Brighton is a game that they might not win. West Ham, Spurs. Look, Spurs give away points for fun. So, you know, If you look at the run home of Wolves, however, their run home's a little bit easier. You know, they got Fulham, they got Bournemouth, Leeds, Leicester. Those are winnable games for them. So be interesting to see what happens with Wolves. And then the other team that we need to probably be concerned about is obviously Fulham as well, right? And they've got Wolves, obviously, in that game there, Stoke and Forest still to go. So, you know, if you give them all those wins, you know, give them all 9 points roughly, Everton are going to get to, 32 then if they won 3 games. You're going to give Wolves then getting to 31. You're going to get Fulham getting to 33. We're on 27. That's how important this game is, because we win this game, it's massive. And then for our run home, don't expect to beat Brentford, we don't expect to beat Brighton, we probably don't expect to beat West Ham, we definitely lose to Arsenal, Man United and Chelsea. Our next biggest, on paper, game to win is on the final day of the season against Bournemouth, and it might come down to that to stay in the league. So this game here is massive to win. If we don't win this game, I think we're going to get to only about 31 points. If we do win this game, I think we get to about 33 points, and all of a sudden you're very, very happy. Now, in terms of recapping results since we last met, or since moving back into the 4-2-3-1, it's done the job. We beat Spurs, which you guys already saw. For those that are watching on stream, there you go. And if you're new around here, we drew 0-0 to Stoke. Now, on paper, you might be, Damien, that's not really good. Look, we were slightly the better team, but to keep a clean sheet after not keeping many clean sheets, I'll take, and it's a good point. And the best performance out of this lot was this game here. Now, not in terms of stats, but we went down to 10 men, and Leicester pummeled us into the ground. But Arthur and the boys hung strong, and we got a couple of big performances out of there. Arthur's just been immense. He's incredible. You know, even though he shipped nearly 60 goals this season, he's averaging over a 7. And look, I'm very, very happy with that. So let's get into this game here. Team's looking all right. Unfortunately, we do obviously have Pavlovic obviously suspended. We've got nearly Udogi back from suspension nearly, or injury as well. So hopefully we will be okay. Luke Rush isn't 100% fit. Is Udogi past fit? Past fit for 45 minutes. You will make the bench, sir, for Luke Rush. Your team is going to be Arthur, Ashby, Konsa, Origa, Halex, Koulibaly and Coventry have been playing together over Mariba. That's only to keep Coventry happy. I do plan to get Mariba back into the team. Dewberry, Lo Celso, Savolli's going to go out wide, and Herman's going to be in because we got Mullen with a groin strain. He's out for the next little bit, for the next few weeks there, as you can see down here, for 9 days to 3 weeks. I do think there is an international break, so we could get Mullen back for this next game, which is Brentford. If not, it's Herman. And to be fair to Herman, he's got 2 goals in 13, which at 16 years of age in the Prem isn't the worst at all. Now, I will be saying this now in this episode. I know the 4-2-3-1's got us back into this season. I know out of everything we've used the 4-2-3-1 in this more defensive shape, being a little bit deeper and a little bit more, compact is not bad. They've still got Gibbs, White, Alanga, Dominguez, and Mings is there, and Turner's in net. So similar Forest side to what you see in real life. What I will say is it's not an attacking system, and if I look at the board have got me on a B negative, and the fans have got me on a C plus, and it's because we're not playing attacking football, mainly. I do think as long as I don't get relegated, the board will keep me, and I think if I get relegated, the board will probably still keep me, because I didn't get just relegated on bottom. However, I do think we need to play a more aggressive system, and I know it's crazy to say, and I know that 3-4-3, 5 at the back system, whatever you want to call it, that really cost us last episode. I do think out of all the systems, that's been the one that's the most promising, because for what I saw in that Aston Villa game was immense. But yeah, look, this is a big game. Forest have come out and taken 4 shots. This is what this system does, though. It just absorbs pressure and hopes to hit teams when they make a mistake or on the break. And hopefully against Forest, they will give us an opportunity. Murillo, into Sangar, into Neko Williams, who's still there. Ball in's pretty good, but 1-0 down. Emmanuel Dennis. Forest score. Every time we play against a team that's bottom, we lose. We've done that 3 times this year. This will be the 4th time now. Everton were bottom. Fulham were bottom. I reckon when we played Stoke, they were bottom. So this will be 4th time that we've played the team that's bottom and lost. And as I said, this is not a good game to lose, because if we lose this game, then yeah. Anyway. Alanga. Arthur, what a save. We get it cleared. He's had a very good year as Arthur. Need to get in at half-time now. They've had 9 shots to our 0. This is what I hate about this. Wow, Wolves are beating Man United. That's not good. Wolves are beating Man United. Arthur was beat by that free kick, but it's hit the bar and it's the post and it's come out. "50 minutes played, it's 0-0. Ashby, Dewberry, Koulibaly, Lo Celso, well worked. Harmon, Halex. Has to go home and does. Origa now. Koulibaly. Origa, Connor Coventry. Koulibaly, ball out the other side towards Ashby. Good movement here. First time we've moved the ball around in this game. Ashby needs a runner. Herman, the 16-year-old, scores yet again. Third goal of the year, it's 1-1. What football? We finally rocked up, we moved the ball around, and bang, that is a goal. I was thinking about in my mind there, I was quiet. Do I go more aggressive? Do I do this? Do I do that in terms of how to change this game? Now we leave it on the system because a point here is still huge, especially if Wolves are winning. One shot, one attack, one goal. Ali, yo, that was good football, huh? That came out of nowhere. Ali, how did you do on the game before this? We drew 1-1. We conceded something like 28 shots. I'll just show you quickly. For those, Ali jumped out the stream, obviously. We drew 1-1 to Leicester, Ali. And we went down to 10 men in the 45th minute. So at home, we sat there with 35% of the ball, 20 shots, 8, and we stuck in for dear life, and our goalkeeper was bang. 3-4-3? No, I did not play 3-4-3. Did not play 3-4-3. That failed miserably. But I do, however, think that might be the system that we might go to afterwards. All right. Konsa, Koulibaly, Josh Herman, Dewberry, Savolo. One time the Brazilian. Shoot! Oh, what a finish! We are a smash and grab against Forest. A smash and grab against Forest. Let's go. It's a smash and grab against Forest. We're never switching out of 4-2-3-1. Dewberry, Cervolo, and what a strike. The kid is goated. The kid is goated. He's, by the way, developing into an absolute monster at the moment. Determined players do that. But my word, what a finish. Morata. Come on, miss. Hit the bar. Whoa. Arthur. That's a free kick. 2-2. To be fair to Forest, they probably deserve it. They've played pretty damn well. Forest have been the better side here, and that's a free kick. This is going to be a good angle. Yeah, that's not savable. We're being pummeled. 3 shots, 2 on target. Scored 2 goals. Udogi's going to come back in, coming back from injuries. Past bit for 45 minutes, we'll do that. Maruba in for Connor Coventry as well to help this game out. Lo Celso's not had the best of game. Going to get Savolo into the middle, which is preferred role, and I'm going to get in Alan Wood. I will say Savolo prefers being an advanced playmaker and support, so we're going to do it just to see what it does. I haven't really played an advanced playmaker and support, but off you go, son. You're very good at what you do. I think we'll do that. And I'm going to leave the rest of the changes maybe for later. I'm going to get Nat Phillips in for Konsa, is what I'm going to do. A bit of a bigger boy, just in case from that set piece. Wolves are beating United 2-0. This is not good for us. This is not good. Wolves, who are below us, are beating top 4 Man United. And it's not good. This makes this point even more important. Do I be brave and go more attacking? I don't think I do, but I do think I get Elliot Lee on late doors here. Be more expressive and work the ball into the box. Done. I'm going to leave it on balance and still play the same way. But if we get further forward, be that little bit more expressive. Try win the game of football, is what I will say. Try win the game of football. Man United get a goal. Please score another. Mariba. Be a hero. Oh, good save from Turner. 6 minutes at a time. We're going to go the short corner routine. I don't mind it. I do not mind it. Ashby's going to take a second off the clock, which I don't mind again. Man United have just come back from 2-0 down and scored 2 goals in the last 10 minutes of that game to get it back to 2-2. That's massive now. Wood. Driving run. Needs to get a shot away. Udogi. It was a poor ball. That's probably going to be the highlight. Ashby. Whip it in. Be the highlight. I don't want to see him on the break. If we can see now, I'm going to cry. Highlight's not over. Okay, strap yourself in, boys. Arthur, save me. Save me, Arthur. Awani. Oh, it's bad. Morata's, but what has he done? I think instead of Riga blocked the shot, it didn't look like it. Offside against Emmanuel Dennis, or it's gone out? Well, we've just smashed and grabbed a point against Forest. On paper, we do not deserve to win, but we did lead 2-1. So we feel a little bit aggrieved. But that's a smash and grab. We'll take it. That's what this system's all about, smash and grab. I don't know how we make the system more aggressive, but that's a smash and grab. Stoke drew to Everton, that's good for us as well. And the reason why that's good for us, it means that Everton do not get some points back on us. Look, it's a bad point from Wolves, because Wolves shouldn't have got a point there. But they were leading 2-0, and that's much better than getting the 25 points and getting out the relegation zone. So that's massive. That is big in terms of this season. That is huge. Doing some scouting, by the way, as well, of just some players in and around. Yeah, that's huge. We got a 22-day break. We play Brentford. Terms of next episode. I don't know what next episode is going to be. It's either going to be Bournemouth from the final day because we beat Brentford and Brighton. We're going to be safe because I think we're about 6 points away from definitely being safe. Or it's going to be West Ham because that's probably one of the winnable games. And then I'm going to give you an episode where we recap Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, and Bournemouth, and then the final day if we got to fight for relegation. But that's the episode. What a day, what a moment. Since switching back into 4-2-3-1, we have gone 1 win, 3 draws. It does not matter. That is 6 points. That's a massive 6 points. And I think if we got 6 more points, we would be safe. 34 points is definitely safety. I think 31's enough. I think we're 4 points away from safety, personally. I think 30 will be enough to stay up from what I've seen. However, it all depends on the teams below us. We're the team with the points on the board. Let's see what happens. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you and goodbye.